So, what is it that really distinguishes great people from the rest of the pack? Right? If you take a study of them, you discover that a lot of them had quite a number of characteristics that set them apart from the average people. First of all, they didn't conform. Secondly, they were committed to a cause. Thirdly, they were consistent in what they were doing. They had clarity of vision and they didn't allow anything stop them. But I'd like to add one more thing, which I think all successful people and all great people need to have in their arsenal, and that is the quality of passion or the characteristic of passion. And in fact, I'd rather go above and beyond that because passion seems to be sort of a hackneyed word nowadays. Everybody's talking about, I'm passionate about this, I'm passionate about that. And at the end of the day, we don't get to see much from them, right? So I'd rather replace passion with obsession, right? Because if you want to move from good to great, you can't afford to play at the level that other people are playing at. So if people are saying that what drives them is passion, then you need to get up a notch higher and be obsessed, be absolutely obsessed about what you're doing. So to underscore that sort of concept, there's this really great quote I heard some time ago. It's attributed to a guy called John Wesley, who was a Christian evangelical back in the day. Some other sources sort of discount the quotes coming from him, but all the same, here it goes. It says, I set myself on fire and the world comes to watch me burn. I set myself on fire and the world comes to watch me burn. That is such a great inspirational quote. And what it tells me primarily are two things. First of all, if you desire significance, which I think a lot of people do, if not everybody, because significance is really one of the deepest needs of the human heart. Everybody wants to be significant in one form or the other. That is why we do the things that we do. We want people to notice us, to think of us as important, or to think that we matter. Um, if you really want to achieve a great level of significance, not just in your immediate community, but to the world at large, you need to be able to display something that other people are interested in seeing. And not just that, but also resonates with them. And one of the key things that you can enable that or to achieve that is to do something so obsessively or so passionately that other people just have to stop and watch. And you find that this applies to all the great personalities across the human race, no matter what fields of endeavor they played in, whether it was sports, music, movies, the arts, politics, whatever it is. The people that we remember most of all are always those people who went above and beyond, who did things that a lot of people wouldn't do, who refused to absolutely play at the level of normal. They went ahead to set themselves on fire, and the world indeed came to watch them burn. So, number one is to find that thing that you're absolutely passionate about. And like I said, let's replace passion with obsession. What is the thing, or what are the things that you are absolutely obsessed with? The thing that they can wake you up at 2 a.m. in the morning and you just talk about, the thing that you'd spend 20 hours out of 24 hours a day talking or doing or trying to actualize or visioning or dreaming about. What is that thing, or what are those things? And everybody has it. The fact that you may not have discovered it yet does not mean there isn't something, or isn't some, or there isn't, or there aren't some things that don't speak to you. Everybody has it. It's just a matter of finding it out, because everybody is wired to do one thing great, at least one thing great. Everybody is called to do something. And the fact that you're called to do something means that you have the gifts, or you have the attributes that would enable you to achieve that calling. So, what is it that drives you? That's really the word. What is it that drives you? What is it that makes you obsessed, that you can call, or that you can build to a level of obsession? What is that thing, or what are those things? And then number two, you have to set yourself. Remember that quote says, I set myself. Nobody set it, or no, nobody set me on fire. Nobody gave me the matches, or the kerosene or the fuel or whatever. I set myself on fire. So first of all, there's the responsibility of understanding that it is you that needs to do that first. before the world comes to watch you burn. If you don't do that, if you don't discover it, if you don't harness it, if you don't bother to even think about it, nobody else is going to come. Nobody's going to is going to come to watch you burn. Nobody's even going to care that you exist, because the value that you have that is inherent will only be useful to somebody else when you communicate it, or when you articulate it, or when you showcase it. So setting yourself on fire means that ultimately, or even initially, that responsibility from you. It has to be from your being, your internal being. What is the thing that you feel so passionate about or so obsessed about that you're willing to set yourself on fire for it? When you're on fire, people, it's automatic. People come to watch you burn. If you listen to a lot of the great speeches of the past, from Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream to Malcolm X By Any Means Necessary to John F. Kennedy, all the speeches that changed the world were given by people who absolutely believed in what they were saying, irrespective of the costs that it meant to them personally. They were willing to sacrifice, they were willing to set themselves on fire for that ideal, for that cause, for that project that they truly believed in. So if you set yourself on fire, the world will come to watch you burn. So what is it that sets you on fire? What is it that you want us to see? What is it that you want us to come and watch? Or waiting for you to set yourself on fire?